Endelio Marilonga folklore. In a village in a remote part of the country in 1855, a baby boy was born who was welcomed very happily by his parents. The baby was named Leba. It just the baby boy was sick because of his parents, Longarowa, the father, and Kebakore. The mother decided to change his name. Leba was later given the name Marilonga. Marilonga is taken from the name of a type of tree in the forest that has a hard trunk and bitter bark. Meanwhile, Longa is father's first name. Her parents hoped that after changing her name, Leba will no longer be sick. Sure enough, after changing his name to Marilonga, he was no longer sick. Marilonga grew into a tall and strong young man. She also has great material arts knowledge. Because of that, every time they fought against the Dutch, he always took part as a place to practice his dexterity. The story of the first where the Marilonga participated in was in 1893 to 1800 when he had to help the Maumere people fight against the Mago tribe. The Maumere people also managed to win the war. Next, Marilonga Second War was carried out in 1897 to 1899 against the Liselande people and was again won by Marilonga and his troops. The war broke peace and has a scene of peace. A little girl was married to Marilonga. Marilonga church was again the Londilada people. After that, there were many others was the Marilonga participate in and managed to win, such as the war against the troops of the Tukeli, Dikolawi, and others. The story Marilonga victories finally reached 2 heirs of the Dutch troops. When the other hand, the elder and warlord of the Lille region, namely Baranuri, had opposed Marilonga too. Baranuri also asked for Marilonga help to become his trusted subordinate. Marilonga agreed, and Baranuri, first was strengthened by Marilonga, was born. The Dutch who heard the news finally knew the Marilonga was the cause of the defeat in the war. After knowing this, the Dutch set a strategy. The Dutch began to form a special force to capture Marilonga and his troops. Residents who were suspected of keeping Mary whereabouts a secret were tortured and some were even brutally murdered. Hearing this, Marilonga was of course furious because he did not want any of his citizens to be injured and become victims. Because of this anger, and Mary and his troops confronted the Dutch colonial army who were patrolling the Boasia area. The colonial troops were in this area. Many of the colonial troops died while the survivors returned to Maumere and sought reinforcement. The colonial war episode in the Endelio Marilonga folklore began. The colonial not only tried to seek reinforcement in Maumere, but also sought reinforcement from Kupang and Java in order to attack Marilonga troops. Mari was surrounded but I would be Marilonga if he could think tactically and critically when under pressure. He ordered his troops to hide in the forest while he himself faced the enemy, but not to fight but to surrender. The intention was courteously welcomed by the colonial troops. He was taken to the colonial headquarters with tight security. There Marilonga tried to obey until the colonial troops were off guard, and at the time Marilonga used the opportunity to escape. Hearing the Marilonga had fled, of course, the colonials were very angry. The colonials attacked again, but Marilonga was still able to survive, and many colonial troops fell again. In 1898 to 1902, the colonial troops were trapped by Marilonga's strategy. At the time, the Dutch troops were headed into the forest, and because they were surrounded, the overreached pace by making Marilonga king. However, the Dutch denied this. Marilonga was not made king, but broke out again in what was known as the Third Colonial War. The Dutch burned the village of Leggend, which made Marilonga his troops unacceptable. They attacked again by slaughtering Dutch soldiers. Then in 1906, the Fourth Colonial War occurred. At the time, many Dutch troops became victims again until the troops were withdrawn. Thank you.